There is nothing like waking up with a DM in your Instagram account from a brand that wants to work with you. I know how exciting that is when a brand reaches out to you first. And it's also great for the position of power because when a brand reaches out to you first, they came to you. And that's just, basic negotiations one-on-one. Who does the outreach first? What I want to cover in today's video is how do we get brands to DM you guys more? How do we get more inbound leads so we can then convert them to paid brand partnerships? So I want to cover different strategies that you guys can implement to get brands to DM you first on Instagram or on any other platform that you're using that does have a DM strategy. These strategies can be applied multi-platform. I do just want to state that what I'm going to share, being on the brand side myself, I have used these to find creators. Sometimes brands that don't have big budgets and they're not on these big influencer platforms, they're doing the outreach themselves. They are generating lists of creators that they want to work with and they're reaching out to them directly. And what I'm going to share are strategies that our team has used for clients that are doing their own outreach. So the first thing that I always recommend to any creator that's trying to get a brand to reach out to them is to optimize your bio and include relevant keywords. Okay, by nailing your bio and having the keywords that you want to be searched for, this is going to help brands find you faster. Make sure your bio has that strategic keyword so that the brands that want to find you can find you based off that. Also, let them know in your bio that you're ready to work, and do not use the word collaborate. Sidewalker students know, any of my pitching students, any of my inner circle, my coaching, you guys know I hate the word collaborate. Why do you guys think I hate the word collaborate? Because it feels free. Collaborate gives free vibes. Work together feels paid. So if you are going to have some sort of call to action inside of your bio, make sure you use the words work together or brands, let's work together, or whatever you want, however you want to say it, but do not put collabs or collaborate. It's giving gifted energy. It's not giving paid energy. Okay. Also making sure your bio includes your email. This is also very important. How else are they going to find you? It's funny. I did this exercise the other day. I'm not going to do it now to save time, but I went on Instagram and I saw, when a lot of people have the email functionality. If you go on anyone's account, you're going to see following, message, email. But if you do that on desktop, there is no email button. This is big because if you don't put that email in your bio and they're going and using you on desktop, they're not going to find your email. Then it makes it so hard to work with you. So just a little tip right there to make sure that your email is inside your bio and it's clear so that if a brand does want to reach out to you using their desktop as outreach, they can. One thing that you also may want to consider with the type of content that you're posting is including highlights that are also strategic. So sometimes we'll have past brand partners or, past brand collabs, or sometimes creators get really smart. They put their testimonials inside their highlights, ways to work together, and they'll have a whole highlight directed to ways to work together. Again, these are creators that are doing this as a business. These are creators that are not just hey brands, I want to work with you. They're using their page as a profile to get business, right? And even though they're, creating content for their audience, they're still very strategic about how they're placing, and how they're using their profile page. The same goes to creating brand friendly content. A brand is going to land on your Instagram and just do a couple of scrolls and see your content. You want the pitches that you send to make sense. I'm recently working with this music creator, and when you go on his page, it's clearly a very music account. So if he's going to reach out to anyone in this niche, totally makes sense. Now, if he pitches a hotel or something random, it may not make sense. So your profile will reflect the type of brands that also reach out to you. And I think it obviously varies. If you're a UGC creator, you can have a little bit more space because you're able to show all the types of work that you do. But I saw an account the other day of this UGC guy and it was so good. He was literally just using this page to show past examples of his work, what he can do for his clients. It was pretty phenomenal. So be strategic with the type of content you're also posting, because that is what is going to go on the For You pages or the algorithm or get pushed out and have those brands reach out to you. So this leads to my second tip, and this is how we're going to get them to even know you exist, which is creating high value but shareable content. If you create content that people share, the probability of it landing in that brand's DM or someone that works on the account is way higher. So again, I want you to be very strategic with the type of content you make. Let's just say you're doing a product review or something of that nature. You're talking about this. How do you make it shareable? Because the more it gets shared, the better it does. And the better it does, the more people it reaches. And again, it just increases the probability of that brand being found out. I had this girl the other day tell me that she created a piece of content and everyone was tagging the brand in the comments, being like, oh my gosh, brand, you need to see. So she didn't even need to pitch because her audience helped her. Like everyone was tagging the brand. So that's pretty spectacular that she didn't even have to pitch, but her audience was helping her. These are such strategic little ways to create content that's high value, high impact, but shareable, gets the brand's attention. Also, being a creator that is consistent on the platform not only helps you get brands, to notice you, but they also trust you. Because if you're someone that just posts every now and then, even a brand does land on your account and they're like, oh, the last time she posted was like 3 months ago or a month ago, you're not an active account. You're not alive. You're not fresh. It's not breathing. So you could have the bio, you could have shareable content, but then you're not consistent. You're not going to get hit up. They're just not thinking that this is a business for you. You're just a personal account. So just something to also consider regarding that consistency. You want to be seen like you're open for business. I had this creator the other day tell me this and it was so good. He was basically like, if you don't post, you're not showing up to work. And that just changed my mindset completely because creators that do this for a living are showing up to work every day. And that's how they are getting paid. So you want the brand to come to you. You don't want to pitch them. Okay, well then you have to at least have a super active account. Now let's talk about my third tip, which works like a charm, which is engaging with the brand in a really authentic way. When I say engaging with the brand, there's so many ways that you can do this. You can engage with the brand directly by adding meaningful, smart comments to their content, but you can also engage with the person that works at the account, on LinkedIn. You can be creating valuable comments on that person's LinkedIn profile, right? You want to get them to see you and you want them to get them to reach out to you first. While Instagram has brand stuff, there's people that work on these brands. So if that person is very forward facing on Instagram, comment on that marketing person's page if it's public. Again, meaningful thought, not stalker vibes, really being effective in your communication. Same thing if you're going to go on LinkedIn and network with that person on LinkedIn over there, create meaningful comments, do this in a non-intrusive way, show genuine interest, be a human, provide value in your engagement. Now, the tagging method, I love this. And I love this for many reasons, but just to kind of give you guys like an idea, think about it as like the food court. I always use this analogy in my programs, like the food court analogy. You go to the food court, they give you a little piece and they're hoping that, you come and buy the whole meal. It's similar to that. At the end of the day, your audience is your client too. You don't want to hold on to content and not post it or tag the brand, because your audience deserves to know XYZ that you're using and that you want to promote. So this one guy told me something best. He was like, if I want to talk about this on my own, I'm going to do so and I'm going to tag the client. If the client comes to me and they have certain requests, certain things they want said, certain deliverables, then, it's paid. So think of that tagging as, again, a way to get on their radar so they come to you. I had a girl the other day tell me that she did this with a brand for almost 2 years before the brand responded. But she loved this product. She used it every day. So she wanted to talk about it often. It was natural for her to talk about it often. And guess what? As she grew and as she got more established in her niche, that brand was paying attention the whole time. And that's what I love. And it's so wild to think about. You never know who is watching your content. Literally. Like I've had people watch my YouTube videos or listen to my podcast that are A-list celebrities that have reached out to me on a video that has like 300 views. And it always shocks me because you're like, wait, you don't know who's watching. You don't know whose lives you're changing. You don't know who you're helping. So making sure that you also serve these people without holding back is very important. Being valuable will have people come to you naturally. If you are a creator that focuses on the local market, I can't stress the importance of using that geotag location feature because other people locally will be able to see your content. I mean, I do this all the time. If I'm at a restaurant and I tag it, people watch my stories that are from that restaurant or, from that location that I'm at. people on the brand side do too. They are going in there. I remember I used to work with a local property and we would go in and see who tags us locally. And are there any local creators? Who can we reach out to? It's like the low hanging fruit. So making sure you are using any sort of relevant geotags or hashtags, things of that nature, brands are going to look into it. I talked to this influencer just yesterday on a call. She told me that she loves using social media to highlight big wins. She'll say things like on her content, I just reached, 10 million views, or this month was great. We had over this many shares or something. And she'll post them as stories. But she's like, if I don't do that, she's like, again, 1, I don't know who's watching me. 2, I'm sure there's brands that are watching me on this channel. And 3, I want to let them know. So feel free to also use your social to humble brag on yourself, to show any achievements, milestones, or wins as a way to get brands to react to you. One of my favorite strategies, I've seen creators do this on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. I've seen it on stories, YouTube communities, is literally saying, brands, I'm working on some really great content. Want to be a part of it? DM me. Drop in your email. I'll let you know. Like, sometimes you have to just shake up the tree, post content, and have them come to you. Tell them, I'm looking for brands in the swimwear niche. If you know of anyone, tag them below. Or if you're someone in the travel niche that watches my content, drop in your email here. I'm working on some stuff. Get them to come to you. Again, these are all the ways that you can get them to come to you and be excited by you. Now, if you are watching this video and you're like, okay, Nina, I'm pumped. They're going to come to me, but what do I do next? Well, that's where I can help you in my How to Land Paid Brand Deals training. I will go over what to say. I will be giving you guys examples on how to pivot these inbound requests, how to stand out, how to make sure you appear confident, but also provide value to your partners. I will leave the link to our training below so that you guys can learn everything to do once the brand does hit you up, how to convert it into a paid partnership and not lose the fish on the hook, right? You don't want to lose them, because once they come to you, then it's your job to pivot that conversation. And that's what we're going to help you do. So go ahead and click on our How to Land Paid Brand Deals training below so that you guys can come and watch the next one. Now, if you want to get on a brand's radar, what better way to do this than collaborate with other creators that have brand partners? So just to let you guys know really quickly, Inner Circle is my membership community for anyone that has my pitching course, okay? A lot of them are in different niches, but many of them are in the same. One thing I always tell people is use each other's audiences. Are there natural, holistic ways to collaborate with one another? When you collaborate with a creator, you access their audience. But guess what? Their audience may consist of people on the brand side, especially if that creator has worked with brands. So anytime you as a creator can collaborate with another creator, you are getting access to their audience and brands are finding out about you. That's why you want to have your bio ready. That's why you want to have your email in there. That's why you want to have your highlights ready again. But when you do these sort of strategic collaborations, you're getting access to their human. And by getting access to their human, you're getting more probability for them to come to you. Anyways, y'all, I hope that this video pumped you up and inspired you, and it gave you some really great resources and ways to get brands to reach out to you first. Remember, the most important thing is once they do come on that hook is to pivot the conversation, take control, and get you paid brand deals, because if they're coming to you, that means they want to work with you. And that's what we can do here at Sidewalker, is support you in that pivot. This is what we do every single day. If you need to speak to someone on our team to see how we can help you, I will include a link to our success manager, and she'll walk you through the different ways here at Sidewalker we can help you on your creator journey. And I'll see you guys in the next video.